Hey, in this video I'll show how I study body proportions and the method of measurement I chose that best work for me. So let's jump into today's studies, proportions. I decided to use the 8 head tall figure as my proportional measurement. It's the most used method and the easiest for beginners to grasp. To simplify things, I use a stick figure. And once I have my proportion set in place, I'll draw 3D forms on top of it. I started by drawing a straight line and divided it into 8 equal parts. In this system, one unit of measure is the height of the head. A lot of people like to use 7.5 heads instead of 8. But when drawing the mannequin perspective, it's easier to divide a box into 8 parts. That's why I decided to stick with 8. After drawing the head, I drew the torso. Its width is usually 1.5 to 2 heads, and the length is a bit bigger than one head. The pelvis is the same size as one head, and the width is about the same as the torso. For the legs, I made 3 marks: the beginning of the leg, the knees, and the beginning of the feet. The knees will always be midway through the leg. It's the same thing with the arms. The elbows are midway from shoulder to wrist. As for the hands, they are slightly smaller than the head and usually starts above the legs. With that being said, if I had to choose which proportions to keep in mind, it would be this: pelvis in the middle, elbow midway through an arm, and the knees in the middle of the leg. That's the main proportions for an average adult man. For female figures, the main differences are usually the slightly narrow shoulders and wider hips. Now that I have my proportions correct, I can construct the mannequin with solid forms. I'll use boxes for the head, torso, and pelvis. A lot of people use a bean shape to represent these parts, but I prefer a box so I can easily differentiate the front and side planes. For the legs, arms, and neck, I used cylinders, and triangular shapes for the hands and feet. After learning to construct the human body, I practiced drawing it from different viewpoints. I drew a box and divided it into 8 parts to help me with the proportions of the body when drawing in perspective. I started by practicing with a neutral pose to get the hang of it, but eventually I will practice with different and more challenging poses. And that's the studies I did on how to draw body proportions. If you want to learn more about how to draw boxes, cylinders, and other forms in perspective, I made a video about it. But if you're interested in drawing from imagination, I have this video where I show how I practice form manipulation. Click it, I'll wait. Okay, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.